Hey everyone, it's Simsbrit here and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are all great today and that you are ready for today's video, as it is my favorite kind of style of housing, if I can say. I absolutely love modern. I will always love modern. I just love the clean style of it. That's just like something that I prefer. And I decided that I wanted to do modern, but I thought that I shouldn't do the usual modern that I usually do, because I feel like I'm stuck on like the old modern. And when I went online just to like, go read up and see like all the different kinds of modern houses, I got so many pictures of styles like this kind of house. And it's so crazy because I was like, oh my gosh, like it's mad how quickly trends can change. And I always bow down for people who are in this kind of industries where trends change quickly and they have to keep up with it. And I think a lot of industries are like that. But for instance, like when I actually studied wedding planning and events management straight after high school. It was only a year course. But during that year, I had to keep up with trends like on a constant, because if my lecturer came to me and she gave me a proposal, I need to make sure that the proposal that I'm giving is with new trends. It's not with old trends, because people are they would rather prefer to be in the new trend than an old trend. I mean, there are some people that would like to stick with the old trend, but things change like small by small by small. Like for weddings, I mean, it's crazy how quickly things can change, because back then it was like, white is like the only thing that you would usually like decorate a wedding with. Then like the trend came in of your wedding needs to be like in this rustic kind of industrial type of place with lots of greenery and that olden kind of style. And now it's like changed again. So it's crazy like how like quickly trends can change, and it's very nice. I mean, I think it's very refreshing, and it keeps you on your toes to like make sure that, okay, this is a new project that I'd like to try and all of that. So it was very nice. But it's just like, for me, it's always mind-blowing how quickly things can change, because it can be like the smallest change and then literally like a month later it's a whole new concept. So I just found that like very interesting while I was going through like Pinterest, like looking at all the houses. I was like literally sitting there for like about 2 hours, or not 2 hours, that's a bit long. I think it was like an hour and a half or something. Not that it makes any difference, but yeah, I was like just looking through all of these houses and I was so mind blown, because I was like, they're actually so gorgeous, like these kind of houses. I don't think that I would necessarily live in a house like this. I think I would still live in like an old and kind of family house, modern kind of house, that type of style that I like. But I'm not actually sure. Maybe when I have to buy my house, my style will be completely different. But yeah, I had a lot of fun building this house though. I had a lot of doubts. I was like, oh god, because once I posted on Twitter, I was a bit nervous, because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna live up to the way that it looked. So I hope that you guys still like it. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I did a lot with the landscaping. I had an idea, like inspiration, obviously looking from Pinterest, and then I went a completely different direction. So with this house that they had, it also had like a bit of greenery, but not as much as I have. So I actually really enjoyed it, because in my previous video, if you guys didn't see it yet, but I played around with landscaping, and I think that really helped me, because now I feel like I'm on a whole new venture and I'm just like crazy with the landscaping. But I'm really enjoying the landscaping, and I hope that you guys like it, because at the end you'll see that it's kind of like busy with landscaping, but I like it. So yeah, I was actually struggling, because at a point you'll see me like kind of looking at the house and all of that. So I was actually a bit unhappy with the house, and then I decided, okay, maybe it will work a bit better in Salvador, just because there's so many flowers and plants, and with the vines hanging and all of that. I decided, okay, maybe I should go try it there in Salvador. It didn't look good in Salvador even. But it was a good thing for me to do, because once I put it in Salvador and I brought it back here, I was like, okay, it doesn't look that bad like in Newcrest. Basically, I feel like I don't really know. I don't have Get Famous, but I don't really know if they have that kind of like, that kind of area, like a modern area, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So like hills and all of that. I'm not too sure. I haven't really gone into that back because I don't have it. But yeah, I felt like I needed like a world like that where it's like hills and you know there's lots of trees and all of that, kind of like a place that we have over here, but not where I stay currently. It's like back home where my parents stay. But yeah, anyway, let me just get into like the house a little bit, even though we were talking about the house, but just a little bit more. So with the interior, I actually had a lot of fun. I tried something different. I went a different direction with my interior. I was struggling a bit with the layout considering that the area is quite small, so I had to make like an open floor plan, but it wasn't a bother for me because I always really like my areas to be open, like the open floor plan, sorry. So yeah, but I had a lot of fun. I was actually quite happy and I was surprised with the interior that I came up with because I don't usually do this kind of style, and I was liking the like clean simplicity of it, but then I try to like add a few other things just to make it a little bit more homey so that it's not, you know, like a house that nobody's in. It doesn't feel like that. But I kind of went with the story of, because you'll see upstairs I actually struggled as well trying to figure out this one space, because I knew upstairs I would like so basically where the stairs come up, that area, I knew I wanted it to be an office area or something, but I was putting bookshelves down and all the tables and stuff and it just wasn't working. So then I just changed it into a photography, like basically a photography room. And I liked it, but it also felt so empty for me. So I wasn't really sure about the way that I felt about it, but you guys are more than welcome to, if you do decide to download this house, like you guys are more than welcome to actually change that room because it's not too busy, and you can change it to an office or a gym or whatever, because it's actually quite a nice little space where you can, you know, just set your like workspace, if I can say. I don't know the word for it, but yeah, basically where you can just come up, you know, you sit there, you do your work and you finish it and you're done for the day. Then you go downstairs, you relax and everything like that. So you'll see at the back there's a house actually, and I don't know why I did that, but I just did it, and I really liked it in the beginning, and then I was like, okay, no, I don't like it. So then I made it smaller because it was quite big and long. So then I decided, okay, I'm gonna make it smaller, and then I kind of liked it. But then I just decided, I knew I wanted a guest house, but I wasn't feeling it that much. So I was like, should it be there or shouldn't it be there? So I was a bit uncertain about it, and I didn't know why at the end, like why it was there, even though I knew I wanted a guest house. And then I was contemplating, like, should I take it away? Should I keep it? But I kept it, and it's basically like another house. So basically a guest house. And yeah, so if you maybe have like a family, then obviously you can have like separate people staying there. Like, if you know, you can maybe have like a roommate if you have university and they can stay in there. Or if you just have a base game, or okay, this won't really work with base game considering like the pack items, but yeah, if you just have someone who's staying with you, they can stay at the back, like maybe like a teenager or somebody who, like a child who's still staying there after high school. You guys can decide. But yeah, I was actually thinking about windows in this while I was building, because with the windows I was thinking there's like certain windows that are so gorgeous, but comparing to the wall length, so obviously the wall length was in the middle for this one, so there wasn't a lot of windows that I would have liked to put in that they have of the smaller wall height, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm a bit like my tongue is like tangled with each other, but yeah, if that makes sense. So I wish that they just made a window, so all of the windows that are like for different lengths, they should just put it as one in one category, so just windows, and then if you click on the window, then you can decide the length of the window, so if it must be taller, or if it will be medium, or if it will be shorter. But I feel like there will be a lot of technical work with that, so I kind of understand why they would do that. But sometimes I always wish like maybe like a small window, because in the medium length one, there's not a lot of square windows, if I can say, like square rectangular windows. So I was a little bit upset with that, because I was like, I want to put like a square window, but I couldn't. But then I just had to go for these tall windows. But yeah, that was just something that I was thinking about. Hopefully I made sense. I could hear myself not making sense. But yeah, and then also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on the side of the house, of the main house, I didn't add any windows there. And usually I'm the type of girl that loves windows. So I was like a little bit I was surprised by myself for not adding windows. So the house is like quite dark because I love a house that has a lot of windows because I love natural light. So I thought that I should maybe leave the windows on the side just because of the way that the design looks on the side, because I put lights on the wall. So I really liked the way that the house looked from the side, so I didn't add any windows there. But just so you guys know, I know that probably won't be an issue for you, but for me it was like, oh, there's no windows on the on that side of the house. That's embarrassing. But yeah, I know like a lot of people don't usually add the windows to their houses, like there isn't a lot of windows, but for me it was like a new thing because like I said, I really do like the natural light coming through, like in a real life house and in Sim's house. But yeah, I forgot to put a ladder up in the, if you guys saw, I know I'm behind now, but on the rooftop I had like a room there. I forgot to put a ladder, but I'm gonna put one in when I do the, when I put the house on the gallery. Sorry. I don't know what's going on with me, but yeah, I'll put a ladder in when I put it on the gallery so that you guys will be able to go up then in that case. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with the house. I really enjoyed it. I definitely want to try a little bit more kind of these styles of modern, or not maybe this style, but maybe a different kind of style of modern, because I don't know, it was like a challenge for me and I really liked it. I was frustrated. I took so long building this house because it was, for me, I was like, is this working? Is this working? Because also like the interior was such a critical part for me to make sure that it matches with the house. Because usually when I build a house, I don't let the interior match the outside. I just build whatever. So this one, I was like, okay, I need to concentrate on the interior. So it was fun. I really had a lot of fun. But yeah, it will be on the gallery. I'll put the gallery name up now on the screen, but you guys can definitely go check it out. And if you like it, definitely let me know. And I hope that you guys have an awesome day and that you keep on smiling. Alright guys, bye!